still October 3rd, and I just got home from the presentation, and it was so good. It was good. It was good. I walking into the school, there was still this like, I'm not in high school anymore. I'm not in high school anymore. I'm not a student. I'm not a student. But then I had to realize, I'm like, no, wait, but I am a student, but I'm not at the same time. And so, but it was good. It was cool. Like it was that weird mixed feeling of like, I'm a student, but I'm not at the same time. And so, but it was good. I had a good partner, and you know, he was really helpful, and just the teacher was great. And, you know, the students were great too. I mean, they were, you know, typical kids. Like, you know, I mean, it didn't affect me as much, like some of the side comments. I've just learned over the years that, you know, their purpose is to attract attention, even if it's negative attention. So I just kind of dismiss it. My partner wasn't the same way, but, you know, I'm learning about everybody's sense of style with presenting. And so I would have like ignored most of that, and or found a way to share, like validate what they were saying, even though they were trying to be funny, but still turn it around to make it serious. But I wasn't so much focused on that. I was really more focused on making sure that I shared the information in as accurately as I could. And so, but it was great to be in the classroom, and it was a small classroom. So it was really a good warm up, and it felt good after, like, just to be able to share information, and then kind of just seeing what people wrote and how it was helpful. And just even for me, you know, like going over elements of a healthy relationship, and it continues to help me get better at that too. So yeah, just finished my first high school presentation, and I'm still practicing in it. I've only did day 1, and it's a 2-dayer, so I still got to work on just my time management and not, you know, sharing too much. But yeah, so the other thing I wanted to just share briefly was just that I keep thinking about this dream that I had, and or at least the last part of the dream, because the details of it, like the feeling overall, the only part that I remember is the second part with so just, it was like this river, we were in this river. It was over water. Like, I just remember it was over water, and it's an obstacle course, but I'm seeing myself, like I already completed the obstacle course. And I remember the feeling that I had of completing it on my own, and I'm seeing myself like at the end. That's the thing. Like, the weird thing is, like, I'm over it, and so there's this trippy feeling of like, I'm seeing myself at the end, but I'm still here. I'm back at the beginning, and I'm seeing it from a different perspective. So it's like this awareness that I completed this obstacle course. I'm seeing myself at the end, but I'm also at the beginning again, and the beginning is different. It's over water, and there's like this like, you know, the trampoline things, and a trampoline, like, but just imagine it underwater. So it's like the water, but then like a net, like a safety net, kind of like, so there's a safety net underneath, and I could feel my it's not as much worry or fear or nervousness, but it's enough to where I notice it. And I'm on the water, and there's almost feeling like I'm like scared of the water, and so there's this net underneath the water, so I see it underneath the water, and then there's this like floaty thing on top of the water, so it's almost like a level up. Like, here there was more of this, I could swim, and there's water, like the net underneath the safety net. And then this one's just like a little like blown up mat, or you know what I'm thinking about, like those like Wipeout those shows where it's like over water and it's like the big blown up and squishy stuff, and you're trying to like, you know, go on top of it without falling into the water. It reminded me of that. And so there's that, and then there's a gap like I had to swim through, and then there's this big blown up water obstacle thing that I have to climb. So it's just this knowing that I have to do, I see all the steps, but there's almost like like I'm like, but I'm over there, I see myself over there and I'm here. And the difference with this other one is that there's all these other people, or not a lot of people, but there's enough people like helpers in the water. You know, like I'm thinking about my nieces and my nephews when they took swimming classes and they were learning how to jump into the deep end, and how they were scared, but there were always like the people who knew how to swim. They were there. They were like surrounding all the kids that were jumping in to kind of help them, like, hey, don't worry, I got you, you know, like with all the floaties and stuff. That's what it reminded me of. And so there were people like around the net, there were people on top of the mat, and it's like they were all como extending their hands towards me, like, come on, we got you. And so yeah, I just wanted to share those other details of the dream that I noticed. Just the feeling of like, doing this again. But I see myself at the end already. And then again, the worry, why am I worried about water? Yeah. So it's just like a do-over or a redo, where I know I see all the steps and I have help through that process. So, but anywho, so I'm going to eat. I wanted to go for a walk, but I meditated and I was encouraged not to, that maybe tomorrow. Today, and I think a lot of it is because I'm probably going to crash in a little bit, since I only had like 3 hours of sleep and I'm still on that adrenaline flow. And so I'm being encouraged to, instead of a long walk, maybe walk to the grocery store, because I need a couple of things, more olives, and do my notes, work on my videos. That was the other thing, like work on the videos, because I start class in 2 weeks and I know it's going to get busy because they're 3-unit courses, and I don't know how I'm going to do that in a short amount of time. It's going to be a lot of reading, plus keep working on the presentation, plus work. Yeah. I can't believe it's October. But it felt good. That's it. Hey you, my name is Yubi and I use she, they pronouns, and you've just finished watching a clip from my video diary entries where I'm documenting my healing journey as I learn how to navigate my spiritual awakening. I have learned that this experience and process is unique to each and every one of us in whatever way we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of formal mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself as these experiences unfold, and really inviting you along for the ride. Please know that there is a time gap between when these videos post and my real timeline, and also that these clips build upon each other similar to chapters in a book. So if you find yourself lost or confused, feel free to click on the playlist section or the link below, where you can jump around, check out the other chapters, and or catch up. Also, please know that you're more than welcome to
check out my website, www.youbecominghealed.com, where I've gathered all of this information, my background, experience, and education to create online self-paced courses to help you on your healing journey wherever you are. You're also more than welcome to check out my other YouTube channel at Yubi Coming Healed, where I have entertained a podcast, including clips from these courses so that I can make this content accessible to more and more people. Please click like, subscribe, and share this content so again it reaches more people, with the hopes that other people will resonate and connect with the healing journey and the stories shared so that they don't feel alone in their own process. I thank you in advance. I'm grateful to you, and I wish you well.